say you don't wanna get in trouble, that you're doing fine cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause
Ayo, what's going on everyone? Nathan here. So I've said it before and I'll just continue to keep on saying it, but I truly believe that the iPad is one of the best devices for any student to own in both high school and college because of how much you can do with it. The iPad just by itself is great, but once you start adding accessories to it, it becomes even more versatile. One of the only areas where it does fall slightly short is the on-device keyboard. It's alright, but doesn't really come near to what a real keyboard can bring you. So one way around this is to go ahead and get yourself a keyboard case for your iPad, but these are typically pretty expensive accessories, which is why when a company by the name of Inateck had reached out to me and they wanted to send me their take on a keyboard case, I couldn't turn it down because this one looked pretty intriguing, especially for the price. And Inateck also offered to send me their carrying sleeve for an iPad, which also looked interesting, so I wanted to include that in this review video. But these two products right here can help you get a lot more out of your iPad, especially if you're in your market for a keyboard case, and these are like half the price of some of their competitors. So a quick disclaimer, while Inateck did send me these products to feature in a video, this is not being sponsored by them, so everything I'm about to say are my own true thoughts and feelings about them. So with that being said, let's start this review off with the keyboard case. This is a two-part folio style case that can act as a standalone case for your iPad and has a detachable keyboard built into the top cover. It is made out of plastic and lined with the soft touch silicone material around the outside, which makes it feel more premium. It has a two-tone colorway theme throughout, which makes it look very clean and minimal, and the only branding can be seen which is imprinted on the top of the case. The case for the iPad is very easy to put on, and once in, it feels very secure and will definitely not fall out on its own. It completely covers the whole iPad with perfectly sized cutouts for all speakers, ports, buttons, the camera, and is left open on the top for an Apple Pencil to be attached with no interferences. There is also a lip around the case to protect the screen from the keyboard when attached and or if placed face down on a table. So on the back of this case, you'll find yourself a hinge that can pull out, and this allows you to orient your iPad in a number of different ways. You can push this stand back as far as you want to have many different viewing angles while typing. Moving it as far back as it goes gives you a suitable angle for writing on the screen, and you can also rotate the iPad into a vertical orientation, so if you're working on a document, then you can see more of one single page at a time. It is a surprisingly sturdy stand and doesn't slide out from itself, and when pushed back down, it is secured into place by magnets. So one last cool feature with the case itself is that it comes with two different camera guard attachments to help protect your iPad even further. Depending on which iPad you have and which one you want to use, all you do to put these in is to place it into the camera cutout, then put your iPad in after, and these are perfectly cut out to protect the camera system while leaving the lenses exposed. I think it's a nice little accessory. I'm actually surprised that more like case companies don't do this more often, because it's definitely just a nice little added bonus to the overall protection of your iPad, especially when like being put in and out of backpacks. So I like how this is added in with this case. So moving on to the keyboard, this is held into place by this flexible magnetic strip. All you do to attach it is line it up and it will just snap into place, and removing it just takes a little bit of force and then it comes right off. So this keyboard has actually really impressed me, especially for the price of it. It has a total of 78 keys, including dedicated arrow keys, both delete and backspace, and media keys above the number row. The keys are designed with scissor switches, so they have a short travel time, are sturdy, tactile, and just overall relatively quiet. So just under this, you'll find the touchpad, and by no means is this like up to like an Apple standard trackpad, but for what it is, I really can't complain about it. It feels really responsive, has full area input, solid responses when clicked, and supports all iPad OS gestures right from it. And like always with all my keyboard reviews, here's a sound test of both the trackpad and keyboard to hopefully give you a better idea as to what this could feel like just by the sound of it. So just a few more features to cover with this keyboard. It has a total of 7 backlit colors to choose from. There is also 3 levels of backlit brightness, which can be cycled by pressing the FN and Shift key. The backlight seems to get plenty bright for almost every scenario I've used it in, and it does a really good job while working in a very dark setting. On the right hand side of the keyboard, you'll find the power switch, and then just above this is a USB-C port, which can be recharged with the included USB-C cable. So I wasn't able to find the exact battery capacity of this keyboard online, but so far far from my use, it has been really good. Also, this keyboard connects to the iPad via Bluetooth 5.0. To connect this, just hold down the FN and delete keys. And lastly is that this keyboard portion of the case does support the sleep and awake feature, which I think is a must for any iPad case, especially in 2023. So just overall very happy that they added in that little thing with this case. So moving over to the tablet sleeve carry case, I think this can be a fun and just overall different option for people who don't necessarily want or need to carry a backpack around with them at all times, but still want something functional enough to keep their iPad in with just a few other useful items. This is made out of a polyester fiber material, and it's like this dark smoky gray color. It feels very durable, is dust and shock proof, and is even water resistant, so water droplets just flow right off it. On the top is a carrying handle with a nicely accented brown leather grip, and the same accent color is found stitched into the front with an Inateck logo in it. So this carrying sleeve only has 2 different sections to it, which may not seem like a lot, but again, this is meant to be smaller and just overall more portable. The one that goes around the top is your main storage area where you'll be able to put your iPad into. The back section is lined with a soft flannel type of material, so you don't ever have to worry about this getting your iPad scratched while in here if you decide to not use a case. It's also large enough to easily slip in and out your 11-inch iPad even with the Inateck keyboard case on it. The front of this is a separate section where you can put other larger items such as a notebook or maybe even headphones, and there's even a protective strap near the zipper which will also help prevent your iPad from getting scratched because of the zipper itself. The other storage section is the smaller zipper pouch on the front, which you can store smaller items in such as pens, pencils, charging cables, and other things such as like your wallet, keys, or even a hard drive. This carrying sleeve also comes with an adjustable shoulder strap that attaches to the outside of the sleeves with these 2 pressure clips, so you can swing this around your shoulder if you want to free up your hands altogether. So I don't think this carrying sleeve is meant for everyone out there, because I just imagine most people will just keep their iPads in their backpacks. But for those of you who don't want to bring around your backpack with you everywhere you go, then this can still be a great option for you, as it gives you the ability to store everyday items in it along with your iPad. So my final thoughts on these 2 products from Inateck is that they're pretty great, especially again for the price of them. I would consider this case to be a direct competitor to the Logitech Combo Touch, which is a fantastic case but comes in at around $150, which is over twice as much as this case. I think the Inateck keyboard case matches up to the Logitech one in every single way for just $70. You get a thin and lightweight case with full body protection for your iPad, a sturdy stand that supports multiple orientations, a really solid keyboard with tactile keys and a touch trackpad, and the ability to remove the keyboard so if you don't need it, then it doesn't have to be in your way. And I think the only slight area where this case can see some improvement with is actually the magnetic strength between the case and the keyboard itself. They stay on fine for 90% of the time, but every once in a while the keyboard will fall off the case when I didn't necessarily want it to, and it also cannot support the weight of the iPad. So by no means is this a deal breaker for this case. I just want it to be known that they could be slightly stronger, but again, most of the time you're just going to be using this on a table typing away and you're never going to notice it, but just a little something I would like to see an improvement in for a future iteration. And as for the carrying sleeve, at just under $20, I think for the right person, this could be a great everyday carrying product to keep a whole bunch of useful items with you as well as your iPad without needing any extra weight with you on your day-to-day carry. So that's going to be the end of this review. Thank you again, Inateck, for sending these 2 products. I really did enjoy my time with them, and I do plan on using them with my iPad in the future. And if you want to pick up these products for yourself, then I'll leave links down in the description so you can easily find them for yourself. So that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe. And as always, have a great day, everyone. Cheers.